Let's talk about Excel XLOOKUP function. As you may know by now, Excel XLOOKUP function is one of the most superheroes of lookup functions in Excel, as it can replace very popular functions like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, INDEX and Match, and even more. So in today's video, I'll take you through 7 real-life examples how to use the XLOOKUP and how it can replace functions like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and even more. We will start with the first one, which is the vertical lookup, and then lookup if error, lookup for the first value or the last value, lookup using wildcards, lookup to the left side, and last but not least, the horizontal lookup. So let's stop wasting our time and jump into work. But before we start, and as usual, let me tell you that the file we'll be using in this video is linked below in the description. You can download it and follow along with me step by step. First, let's have a look on the table that will explain our today's video on. It's a very simple table that containing the customer code, country, invoice number, total value, and discount ratio, which is empty, and we are going to fill it in the upcoming few minutes. The first example here is a vertical lookup. How we can use XLOOKUP instead of VLOOKUP while trying to look up vertically. So here we have a drop-down list that containing the customer codes included in the table. Let's pick a random one and then move to the second cell, which is the country. Let's start by typing equal XLOOKUP and then have a look on the arguments needed to complete the XLOOKUP functions. Basically, XLOOKUP functions containing 6 arguments. 3 of them are mandatory and the last 3 are optional to use. The first thing needed here is a lookup value. Lookup value is the value we need to find inside our database. For our example here, we are searching for the customer code. Let's select the customer code and then press comma to move to the second argument, which is the lookup array. In the XLOOKUP function, the lookup array is a range or group of cells that containing the value I'm searching for. So in our example here, I'm searching for the customer code. That's why I'm going to select the entire customer code column like that. And then press comma to move to the third part, which is the return array. The return array here means a group of cells that containing the result I need to return if the function found the value I'm looking for. So in our example here, I'm searching for the country, so I'm going to select the entire column of the country. If you close the bracket here and press enter, now you are going to have the result you are searching for. But before drag our formula to the right side, we need to fix some entry here. We will start with the J5, which is the customer code. So let's press F4 to fix it. And then the lookup array, we will keep it fixed by F4 from our keyboard. And then we will let the return array not fixed in order to drag it to the right side. And we need the range to be dynamic to move with us. Then we can press enter. And then we can drag our formula to the right side. Now we have the country, the invoice number, the total value. If we change the customer code to any other code, we will have the data dynamically changed. So that was the first example and how we can replace the VLOOKUP with a brand new and new improved XLOOKUP function. Let's move to the second one, which is the lookup if error. If we have a copy of that code and paste it here like that and start typing the XLOOKUP as we did before. So we will start with equal XLOOKUP and then we will select the lookup value as the customer code. For the lookup array is the customer code column and then press F4 to fix it and press F4 to fix the customer code. Then press comma to move to the return array. We will select the entire country column and then press enter. Now we have the result, but what if we put the customer code as a code that is not exist in our database? For example, let's add a random numbers like that. Now it's return an NA, not available. How we can get rid of that? There is an option for the XLOOKUP that called if not found. It's an optional, but sometimes it's essential to use. Basically, the function asks you what you need to do if the value that you are looking for it's not found. Then it's up to you. You can keep it empty like that by typing double quotes, or you can type anything like not found. And then close the double quote, close your bracket and press enter. Now you have it not found. At this stage, you can drag your formula to the right side to get not found. And if you change that to be a valid customer code, it will return the correct value. So from now, no need to use IFERROR function before XLOOKUP as you were doing with index match and VLOOKUP. Now let's move to the third example, which is the match mode. As you noticed here, we have the discount ratio, it's empty column, and we need to determine the discount ratio based on the total value from and compare it to the total value table or this small table here. But unfortunately, this small table doesn't contain these all values to determine the discount ratio. That's why here we are going to use the approximate match. But how we can use it in XLOOKUP function? Let's try it together. Let's type equal XLOOKUP, and then the lookup value here is the total value, and then press comma to move to the lookup array. The lookup array is the total value here, and then press comma. The return array is a discount ratio. Let's fix the lookup array using F4 and the return array using F4, and then press comma. No need to use if not found at this stage or at this example. We can move to the next one, which is the match mode. If we type 0 here, mean that you are trying to look up the exact match, the total value, which you are not 100% sure that it exists in that small table. The next option is 1, which is the exact match, or the next smaller item. Let's try it. We will select -1, which means the exact match or the next smaller item here, and then close our bracket and press enter. We will find that it's getting 10%. 10% here because we selected before to get the approximate match to the nearest smallest number. For example, we are searching for 43K, and if we have a deep look on our small table here, we will find that the nearest number to the total value is the 40,000. So it's getting 10%. And there is an advantage here than using VLOOKUP function, because if you are going to use the VLOOKUP function as an approximate match, you have to sort your data in ascending way before doing the approximate match. But here in XLOOKUP, you don't have to. As you can see, the total value starts with 10,000, 50,000, 20,000, 30,000, and etc. It's not sorted at all, even if the discount percentage here is 2%, 15, 4, 7, 18, and 10. If we try to use another approach here, so let's replace the -1 here with the 1. Exact match or next larger item. If we press tab and close our bracket, then we pressed enter, we will have it's getting 15%. Why it's getting 15%? Because it's getting the nearest number from the total value from that table, that small table. So the nearest larger number from the 43,000 is the 50,000 in our matrix here. So let's drag our formula to the end and see what we got as a result. If we can see here that there is some NA or not available error in our total value, and if you have a deep look, you will figure out that all NAs are more than the maximum number here from the table, because you selected to get the nearest larger number, but the largest number here is 60,000. But it will disappear if you change that to be -1 as exact match or next smaller item. Let's copy the formula till the end and see the result. Now it's gone because it keeps checking the nearest smallest number here. But you will face the same thing if you try to type a number less than 10,000. Let's try that. For example, 1,000, you will get an E. And here you can use if not found option to type it's less than 10,000, or you can start your matrix with 0. So that was our third example about the XLOOKUP with approximate match. Let's try another approach here with the first value or last value. Let's pick a random customer code here and start with searching for the country. So let's type equal XLOOKUP and then select the value we are looking for. The lookup array is the customer code, and press F4 to fix it. Then the return array will be the country and fix the value we are looking for. Then comma to move to if not found. We can skip it by type another comma. The match mode, we will select 0. We need the exact match, and then we will type another comma to move to the search mode. This is the third optional argument in the XLOOKUP. If we check the option in the search mode, we'll find that search from first to last or from last to first, binary search, sorted ascending or sorted descending order. What does it mean? Let's assume that you have a table and the customer code is duplicated in multiple lines and each line of them has its total value. Would you like to search from the first row in your table to the last one, or start with the last one to the first one? Or would you like to sort your data in ascending order before having the lookup operation done or not? Or would you like to sort it in descending order before the function doing its lookup? So let's try the first option, which is the search first to last, and then close our bracket and press enter. Now we can drag our formula to the right side, so we have the data. Let's try to search for this customer code and check if it's duplicated or not. Let's click OK. As you can see here, this customer code is already duplicated in row number 4 and row number 14. The row number 4, the total value in row number 4 is 46,000, while the total value in row number 14 is 28,000. Let's clear our filter here and change that to be from last to first. We will choose search last to first and then drag our formula to the right side. We will figure out that the invoice number and the total value changed according to our selection. As we determined, we need to search from the last to first, so it's getting the duplicate value or the second value, and the same if you have the value duplicated more than one time or twice. Let's move to the next example, which is a lookup using wildcards. As we all know that wildcards is the asterisk, tilde, and question mark, and each one of them is represent a specific thing that Excel understands differently to the other one. So for example here, if we have a part of the customer code, for example, we know that we have a customer code that including C-24, and we don't know exactly the other code. We can type C-24 and then asterisk. Asterisk here is a wildcard. XLOOKUP can search using that and trying to get approximately the value that you are searching for. Let's try it. For the country, we'll type XLOOKUP and then we are looking for the lookup value here. Then comma, the lookup array is a customer code, and then we will press F4. Then move to the next one, which is the return array, which is the country. Let's fix the lookup value, and then comma to move to if not found, another comma to move to match mode. In match mode, the last option here is wildcard character match. So let's select it and close our bracket, then press enter. Now you have a value in the country, but let's check if we have the right value here. Let's try to filter our customer code and type C-24 and press enter. Now you have a customer code that including C-24 827. The country is Germany. The invoice number, the total value is 64,000 and the discount rate is 18%. Let's clear our filter and drag our formula to the right side. Yes, it worked and it returned the correct number and the correct values that we are searching for, even if we don't know exactly what is the customer code. Let's move to the next one, which is the lookup to the left side. Let's agree that the VLOOKUP function is a very powerful function in Excel, but one of the most disadvantage and popular disadvantage for this function that it can't search or it can't look up to the left side. It's only moving to the right side. On the other hand, XLOOKUP has an advantage that it can look up to the left side. Let's have a look at it. Let's pick a random invoice number from our drop-down list here, and as you can see here, the invoice number in the middle of our table and the customer code on the left side of the invoice number. So we can type equal XLOOKUP and then lookup value. Will select the invoice number here and press F4 to fix it, then comma, the lookup array here different from the other examples because we are searching for a specific invoice number. That's why we are going to select the entire invoice number column and then press F4. Let's move to the return array. The return array here will be the customer code. Then we can select it and then close our bracket and press enter. Now it's getting the customer code. If we drag our formula to the right side, we will get the country. And the same for the total value, but we will need to move the return array to read the total value from D to B, E. And press enter. Now we have the total value, the correct total value, the correct country, the correct customer code. So it can work with both directions, to the right side or to the left side. Let's move to our last but not least example here, how we can use XLOOKUP to replace the HLOOKUP function. Now we have our data in a horizontal structure and we can pick up a random customer code here, and then in the country we can start with equal XLOOKUP, then select the customer code, fix it using F4 from our keyboard, then comma. The lookup array is a total row that including the data I'm looking for, and then press F4, then move to the next one, which is a return array. We need to return the country. So we'll select it and close our bracket, press enter. Now we have the country as Germany. If we can drag our formula till the end here, we will have the total value as 52,823. Let's validate that. Let's have this customer code and press Ctrl F and search for it. Now it's in cell G3. This is the customer code, it's in Germany. This is the invoice number, it's the same as here. And for the total value is 52,823. It's the correct answer. Let me tell you that XLOOKUP is a very powerful function. And as we mentioned at the beginning of the video, that it can compete with very popular and famous function with just easy and few steps. I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, don't forget to give a thumb up and make sure to subscribe not to miss any of our upcoming videos. Finally, remember that the file we use in this video is linked below in the description. You can download it and try it by yourself. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.